Welcome to the Luke Coutinho Show, where we can learn to reimagine our lifestyle.
Priscilla, thank you so much for being with us on Reimagine Your Lifestyle and Cancer. I'm so happy and privileged to have you in front of me today. I know we've worked together over the last couple of months, and here you are today in remission, smiling, happy. I remember the one thing about you as you were going through your treatment was your attitude. And I believe that always makes the biggest difference. While you did your medical treatment, you made changes in your lifestyle. There's a lot of stuff that you did on your own, keeping your attitude in place, that is the reason I believe that you're here today with that smile on your face. So thank you for making time out. I know you reached out to us because you wanted to inspire thousands of people who are going through the same journey that you went through, and also share about what you did so people watching this, number one, understands that there is always hope, and number two, that there is always something beyond the medicines and treatment that we go through. So let's get straight into it, Priscilla. Tell us a little bit about your journey from the time you got diagnosed. What went on in your mind? I know you spoke to us about the stress that you had, the complete, shock that you went through. So I would love for you to take us through your journey from then right up till now.
Yeah, thanks, Luke, for giving me a chance to be here. Thanks to your team for always supporting. That was a nice, amazing thing that happened. The journey is like I was totally fit into doing my yoga exercise. Everything was amazing. But yes, there was a lot of stress. As I'm a florist, I had all those stress with me. And it was during COVID time was the maximum because we were struggling, with so many things with us. And to add to it, I just felt that there was growth, which was benign actually, but then I just felt that it's increasing, and that was made me a little being alert with it. So immediately I went to Dr. Sultan Pradhan. He's my doctor at Induja, and he said, wait till October, we'll see how it goes. So I said, okay, but I said again, I went back to him in October, and he did an FNSC, and there I was detected. It was malignant. So the world came crashing down. I said, now what? To update is my mom is a breast cancer survivor too. So she has now like nearly 21 years and still going strong. So, and I used to take her for these checkups, you have the 6-month checkups and all that. Then doctor used to always tell me, you start your routine checkup. And I guess that annual checkups, which were there, really helped me. So now I was with this thing. I said, now what? And the first thing that came in my mind was I used to follow a lot of your videos during COVID. It was like how to cope, how, things and all that. And I used to be like watching them. That was the pastime during this COVID. And the first thing when I got detected, I said, I have to approach Luke's program. That was the first thing that came in my mind. I said, I'll do that, and let me see how that works. But I went for my checkup, and then doctor said, you will have to undergo mastectomy, that is a removal of breast, just to be on the safe side, because my biopsy showed a 2nd grade.
Mm-hmm.
And, I was not ready for that. But as my children, family, the pressure of, get it done. I said, anyway, the breast has served its purpose. That was my main thing, which my friends also were there and told me now it has got no use, I guess, so I have to just take it off.
Mm-hmm.
I think so. The thing is acceptance and Dr. Sultan Pradhan has that on his table saying acceptance is the key word. So I said, it's time for me to accept. And I was like, okay, mastectomy, and that's it, nothing more. I was like, so I underwent that. And then the doctor said, next step is you have to undergo 6 chemotherapies, which was again a setback for me. And by the time I finished my surgery, I enrolled to your program. And Heta was my nutritionist. And a big thanks to her, because she really had that patient. My earth angel, I always tell her that.
Mm-hmm.
And during chemo, then I started with your program. And the best part of it was I had to start my chemo in January. So doctor said, you finish, you come with your new year, enjoy your party and come back, and then we start your chemo. I said, okay. Until then, that 1 month was like, your nutrition, your programs. I got my body, a little, whatever that acidic. I even had a constipation issues, and also that all I was streamlined it with your care and assistance. And I was ready. That's how I started my. Then I said I have to get into this chemos, and it was a good thing because these chemos were made easier. I mean, the side effects of it, and I knew how to tackle it, and it was an assistant, like you all had given that guideline how to go about. That include my sleep, my water intake, my nutrition, and of course positive attitude and approach. That was a huge thing that happened. So thanks to you guys. And I think so that all made me go through this hurdles step by step. I managed it with all the support of my family, friends. This time you need is a good set of all these people around you. They are the pillars, and that helps to go long way. So step by step I went ahead and managed it. And today I'm here after 4 years.
You're in remission, you're still smiling. No, I mean, I know those are all important parts of your treatment. I'm really happy that we could be there to help you. But I want to focus on what you spoke about, family and support. It's a very powerful medicine beyond medicine. And I'm happy you had that in your life as well. And I want to talk about acceptance as well. Do you think because you were in a state and attitude of acceptance that it made your journey easier?
Yes, yes. Acceptance and not having that fear.
Yes.
The main thing that happens is people are scared. Like
Right.
they feel cancer, it's end of it. You're dead and gone. But I always see my mom as the warrior and the fighter, and I always feel it's not that. It's like your attitude matters a lot. If you have that fear, you will never end up doing anything. It is like you're scared of everything. But I take it each day as a blessing, and that helps to go ahead. Otherwise, it's like if you sit with fear, you're not going to do anything. I don't know what is in store for me tomorrow, but take it as like this day is gone off, good enough. I do my best and I look ahead with it. So that helped a lot during this 4 years journey. And today my children are gone abroad. I'm alone. And most of the time I'm left alone in the house, but I don't feel that, I'm sick or something and I cannot stay alone. I need someone. It's not. I just take a positive thing that I feel nothing is wrong with me. That's it. And that's how because I think so. You should not sit and nurture a sickness. Once you come out of it, you have to just look ahead and do the best what you can. After that, you have to leave something in God's hand. Everyone has to go. I feel that's not that, anyone is come to stay here permanently. So each one has their own destiny. This is mine. So I accept it, and that's why I always say fear should not be there. It's not that you don't get scared. I have also gone through all this. But then I think so we learn from certain things that come up in life. Face it.
Priscilla, these are very powerful words that you speak about. Let's go back to acceptance, because if we're not in acceptance, we're in resistance. If we're in resistance, we're in disharmony. If we're in disharmony, we don't even give a chance for the chemotherapy to work well, the medicines to work well, because the body's in total disharmony all the time. So I think I do believe, like you, acceptance is a very, very powerful word. And I'm really happy that you were able to move into that, because I believe, chemo has its place, your mastectomy has its place, nutrition has its place. None of these are glorified. They're all parts of your healing process. But above that sits your faith and your ability not to live in fear. There's nothing wrong with fear. Fear is like a emotion that tells us, be careful, do this, do that. But most people don't take that action, and that's how they remain stuck in fear, and fear can never help us to heal. So I love that you talk about these things. I love that you talk about doing the best that we can. I mean, no one can ever tell you a chemotherapy is going to kill all of your cancer cells, nor will the surgery. No one can ever tell you eat this superfood and your cancer is going to disappear. We can all just do our best. And the rest of it is up to nature, the universe, God, whatever you want to call it. And like, I strongly, strongly believe for you, it's your attitude. And you feel the same way too. But if I have to go back, I'm sure you've reflected on this right now. Why do you think you got the cancer in the first place? Have you ever thought about this?
Might be emotionally, I was too weak because I'm a person who's more emotional, like, it affects me. So I think so that gets, into your body. I feel that is, you should not allow that. So, and that lifestyle, the stress, so certain things that happens, I sit and I nurture that. So I think so that gives you a little, your body works on those things. If I would have been what I am today years back, I don't think so I would have been, like get little strong or bold and face things. I used to be like crying for everything, and I used to think, oh, now what? And I used to sit and think about it. How will I face this? That all things were there. So I think so. These all things work on your body, and which is you should not allow it, because I always feel let go. These things will be taken care of. That I used to not do it earlier. I used to feel this should, get settled or should be taken care of immediately. All these things, and for that, due to that, I used to have sleepless nights. So all this
Mm,
used to, it's like a full circle. When you do this,
right.
you get the next thing, and then sleepless night, morning again I'm back to work, and again I'm stressed the whole day, and that
Mm,
it's a circle going on. And of course, certain things, guidance and all, we get to know only if someone is there. Then I
mhm,
realized how I have to deal these things, how I have to manage myself. And I was always
right.
into yoga, so that also helped a lot. Then the importance of pranayama and all those things, basically taking a step back and slowing down, that is what I did. So
That's amazing. So you think you were at a point in your life where you were suppressing emotions? Mhm.
yeah,
I'd like to touch upon that subject, because a lot of people think that, oh, I suppressed emotions, I'm going to get cancer. But I like how you brought that out. There is a direct connection, but it's indirect in the body. When we suppress emotions, it further causes a problem like sleep deprivation. Now, because we're sleep deprived, we have a lower immune system. We don't allow our bodies to restore, to rejuvenate, to regenerate. And that's why we always say cancer is a multifactorial disease. We can't say junk food alone causes it, but junk food causes inflammation, which in turn causes low immunity, which then can cause a cell to, be missed by the immune system. I really appreciate you being honest about your journey over here, because today a lot of people out there believe that, oh, we don't know why we get cancer, we don't know why these things happen, but we're beginning to understand that our lifestyles play a big role. But you also spoke about the fact this was you before and this is you now. Somewhere do you think, because I mean, a lot of my previous cancer patients have also come and said that, Luke, cancer is like that divine touch on my shoulder, which now when I look back, if I didn't go through it, I think I would have still been that same person. How do you feel about that?
same thing. Now I'm a better person than before. That is important.
Mm,
And I feel sometimes we have to go through this journey just to make yourself much more better. Like somewhere something, everyone lacks it, but there are some people who have to go through this, I think. So, and sometimes we are like an example. I feel now today, whenever I see anyone with cancer and they look at me, they feel, do you have it? Like I said, yes. So sometimes that helps that other person, to rise up,
beautiful.
because I always see that there is a fear. It's not that there should not be a fear, but I think so. Sometimes that acceptance move ahead, and what has to happen will happen. So you cannot stop living. So that is what I go for my class. I'm doing the same thing, everything. But okay, end of it, I know what I have it, because morning when you get up and see yourself in the mirror, there the scar is. It reminds you. But
Mm,
usually first few days I used to cry, looking at now what? Why am I like that? Why me? That is the word. Why me? So, but now today I feel must be. It has to be. I have to be the better person. I have to grow up
mhm.
with something, and I have been doing that. It's a journey which even I have evolved as a human being. It's been some qualities are there which today I look back, I feel no. Today I'm a better person, and it's nice. In fact, someone tells me, "Oh, you're so different now," and I feel
Mhm.
so
Yeah, yeah. Oh,
things even
that's
make you a
amazing.
better person. That is,
Hmm.
but what happens is when you get this sickness, people feel, "Oh, I'm so sick now. Now what? I'm going to die." So
Hmm.
there's a full stop to that. I think so. That should not happen. You have to
Yeah.
take a step ahead and face it. and become, it's okay. Whatever happens, I don't know whether remission will take place or not, but I cannot sit with that saying, oh, there is going to be a remission. So that basically, I think so we manifest, keep manifesting those things. So no,
Yeah.
I feel is okay, I'll live till 85. I'm going to live till 85. This is how I keep saying. And that's a journey. Every 6 months, I have an hurdle of checkups, routine checkups. Then I know, oh, I've got a bonus of next 6 months. And there I walk again.
Yeah.
It is not an easy journey, but no one should give up. That's the way it goes.
That's a beautiful message. I know this time is about you, but I need to coach you a little bit on one thing right now. Okay. Don't say I want to live to 85. Don't put a number. Don't set a condition in your subconscious mind. Say, I want to live a long and healthy life. For however long you're going to live, you want to live a fulfilling life. Don't put a number. Don't put a condition, because your subconscious mind uses that. It hears that. Yeah. Sorry, but I had to get into coaching mode for
No,
even
no,
that 1 minute.
it's good because we learn from you. That's how it
No.
goes.
No, but beautiful. I love the way you're handling it. And I think, see, remission, what really is remission? Okay. We shouldn't make that the condition. You got to live irrespective. Like, as I speak to you, I have patients who are still living with a cancer in their body, but now it's the 15th year and they're living beautiful lives. Somewhere their bodies learn to adapt to it. It's not causing a problem. So these words are very conditional. It's great for you to know that you're in a safe place. You don't need treatment anymore. But I like your attitude and your message to other people that continue living your life, because we give too much power away to the diagnosis. Oh, cancer means now my life's over. I mean, yes, every disease comes with its own, dangers and stuff. But if we keep giving our power to that word, it takes away the possibilities for us to put different actions into our life that can make us feel better. So I'm really happy that you talk about that. Now, obviously, you've gone through fears when you had the treatment, fears about, will it come back? What happens if it comes back? How did you handle these fears? Or how are you handling them?
Just take one day at a time. I don't handle it anymore.
Beautiful.
I do my best.
Yeah.
I get up early morning because my lifestyle, I maintain it. Wake up early morning, pray, go for my workouts, and come back. And of course, there is a thing engraved now. I have to eat this. I don't have to eat that, and all those I manage it. Like, I remember all those things, and I follow my routine. And I don't think that I don't keep that fear of keep thinking like, what is going to happen tomorrow? Am I going to survive? I don't think that. I look like, I always feel there's so many things to do, because in fact I have to do so many things. I have to study, I have to do my yoga for special children, I have to do that study. So I am thinking of all that. I don't think about this. Only thing I do is 10:30, I know it's my medicine time. I pop the pills in with a positive approach, and always that too I've learned from you, that when you take something, think that it's nurturing my body, and that's how I take it. After that, I don't think about it now, what is going to happen to me. That is the way I have made myself now. And I take my mind, like, I move it out with some all other activities instead of sitting and thinking. Now I'm alone. So, there are more chances of me thinking what will happen, this, and I don't. I just try, take out my time, do something or the other, but I don't bring my mind to that track. I don't know. I just avoid that. I said, let the day take its turn. Next day, when I'm again awake, end of it, I thank God. This day was beautiful. And I'm all set. Morning, when I get up, oh, I'm okay. I have to face this day. So this is how I do it. And I don't keep that fear anymore.
Mm-hmm.
And I always feel I live each day as a blessing and give the best. Comes to me, I leave it in God's hand.
That's beautiful. You keep talking about God. I'm a huge believer. I mean, I have a very holistic view on God. I respect all religions, all spiritual paths. There is a higher power. There is a divine power. I see it every day amidst my patients, miracles, recoveries. You speak a lot about that because it's our faith also that helps us get over fear. Otherwise, how do we overcome fear, right? Not because Luke said you're not going to get your cancer, your doctor said you're not going to get your cancer. It's because you have faith in a divine power. And I'm happy that you've used that as a medicine beyond medicine in your life. Another beautiful part that I pick up from what you said was, can the past change how you're going to live today? We can only take lessons from it. We can only take lessons from the past. What did my past teach me? but I can't let my past go on controlling my present and, affecting my future. So I see so much of strength in you, Priscilla. Such a beautiful conversation with you. I see that glow on your face. I see you're like a changed person with so much of strength and courage. You're not just acting it, because I'm trained to see who all are kind of, faking it. They're scared, but they're trying to put on a happy face. You just have this beautiful biofeedback that is coming from a space of strength and courage. And I'm feeling so inspired speaking to you. And I know this little video that we're doing today is going to inspire so many people out there. A lot of patients like you come to me and say, like, am I going to die? And the point is, we don't know if we're going to die. Today, you have a cancer. Tomorrow, my death may not be a cancer. It could be a road accident. But the point is, we don't know what's going to happen. We can only do our best at every stage. And the rest is, we need to leave it up to the divine power, which exists all around us. Because we got to be foolish as human beings to think that everything that's happening in our life is us doing it, the good and the bad. We're all being guided. There is some hand or power or energy guiding us, and sometimes even misguiding us, or, putting us down the wrong paths if we're not listening that well. So how much do you think prayer plays a role in your life?
That's the first thing. It's the most priority in my list. It helps a lot. And as you said, the guidance, the path we have to take. And I don't want to be a fanatic, but it really helps. Like, sometimes I think so you have to just trust God. This is best for me, and this is where I have to. He leads us. So it plays a big priority. And that is one of the thing also. Sometimes I feel I wouldn't have reached, if that voice doesn't tell me, come on, this is the first thing you have to do. So that guidance is there. And that is what you said is right. We have to hear what has been, that inner, that inner
intuition.
Yeah, and that guidance. And then you have to follow that path, and it helps. So once I felt that, I told my friends, okay, this is it, I have to do it. Okay, then that's the way it helps, the support from family, friends, and then I know, okay. But yes, divine is the top list, and next comes all those things, the hope, faith, everything follows. Then it's the being fearless. And I sometimes now it's like I trust in God. Okay, you know the best. You have done the best, and I will do my best. This is how it works.
No, it's beautiful. I always believe that our intuition is the voice of the divine or God, because these things happen to us. Like, you look at a mother's instinct, you look at a father's instinct when there's a danger around. We're not trained for these things. It comes from an intuition, which I always believe there's always a voice whispering to us what to do, what not to do. Is always, our body's always speaking to us, slow down, but we don't listen to it until it's too late. And then we understand that, hey, our body was already telling us what we were doing wrong, what we should change, how we should, live differently. So I wanted to ask you, what are the top 3 or 4 lifestyle changes that you think you made? Because, your medical treatment definitely helped you. It has its role. But when it comes to lifestyle, what are your top 3 or 4 most powerful lifestyle changes that you would want to share with the audience out there in case they're going through a cancer like you did? Maybe some of them are in remission. Maybe some of them are looking at just prevention. What are those 4 or 5 lifestyle changes that you believe are so powerful for you that they've had a role in your healing? What would you like to share?
First is, I think so you need to slow down and take a step back. Take care of yourself, like the sleep, then follows the nutrition, a positive approach, positive attitude, all these things, and then that leads to being fearless, your acceptance, all those things are like, it's like a big circle. So the main thing what I did was I slowed down. I slowed down a lot. So that stress, I used to be with too much stress, and I just kept that aside first. Then what happens is, when you're stress free, it's not that there's no stress, you go through those even when you go through chemos and all, there is emotional stress,
of course,
but then it helps in certain ways. There are certain outlets, and we follow that. But sleep was the major thing. Then once you sleep, you're peaceful, your mind is alert, you know what to do next. So I think so you have to bring that calmness in you, and that helped me a lot because I exercise. Those things were also the foundations which I had. So I used to go and There was a time when I couldn't even lift my hand. I used to be the best student of yoga, but all came crashing down. And I was like, I couldn't even lift my hand. And again, to start from scratch, that was there, and those things are the willpower, the positive attitude, all those things follow. And I did that. The goals, I set goals for me. And this is how I do. And once I reach there, I feel, oh, okay, nothing is impossible, you can do it. So this is what I learned. At that point of time when I couldn't lift my hand, I was thinking, I can't do any more exercise now, it's end of it. But then today, like again, I've come to be the best, and I feel great. At 57, I'm doing best and I'm great. This is how. So
That's amazing. I think you're amazing. And you don't look 57. You look so good. Continue with your yoga and everything else. Your mom, through her journey of cancer, transcended down courage and strength into you. And today you're transcending it to everyone who's watching this. I'm sure your own family and your kids have learned so much through your strength as well. And that's how we should always look at the negatives in our life. It's very easy for us to become victims to the things that are not going well, our diseases. But I think you've shown us how you were able to lift yourself up through that. And I really appreciate your honesty, your message, your discipline. I remember your discipline on the program. Heta, enjoyed working with you as well because you were cooperative, you were ready to learn, ready to do different things. And honestly, that's what works.
At times I used to tell Heta, Heta, I can cheat. She said, okay, one day you can cheat. So I have done that. I've gone through those setbacks also. But it was, yes, the discipline. That was one of the things which I followed. And I did it, and it's really good. Even to come out of chemo and after chemotherapies, there are certain things that works in your body. So how to get out of it, and was an amazing journey, which I was also not aware of, because whenever even the hair fall and you become bald and everything is like crashing, everything around you is crashing, but then you overcome all this. Today I always feel okay, got my stress back. The hair is back again, so it's my nutrition. And I don't I used to flaunt that time also my baldness, and today I flaunt with my hair. So that is also another thing. I couldn't have thought years back, I will go around bald. That would have been my no. But life brought me to that, and I faced it, and I went ahead. I used to go around without a cap and all. I used to be a bald person roaming around. So that is how, but it is how you take it. It cannot be like what people are thinking, what this one is saying, or that. That should not be there. It's you yourself. Take good care and be positive.
You didn't just accept your condition and your diagnosis. You accepted you, and that's how you could flaunt your baldness, your everything that you spoke about, because you accepted you. And believe me, in life, and all of us have to get better at this, all of us. It's not easy because, you're hit with social media, society, everyone comparing one another to each other. But I believe that when we accept ourselves, we create a certain peace with ourselves. And it is in that peace that there is harmony in trillions of cells in the human body. Like you spoke about stress. Why did the major change happen after you slowed down? You see, when the body's in a state of stress, it can't work for us. It's only working against us. But when we reduce our stress, like you rightly said, it doesn't mean you don't have problems. You still have problems, but you've gotten better at letting go, accepting, dealing with it. I believe that when the human body is in that state, which is of harmony, everything works better, whether it's the chemotherapy, whether it's the nutrition. And I think you created that environment within you with the attitude that you chose to wear. Priscilla, this is amazing. I'm so happy to speak to you today.
I wanted to do this because I said people sit with fear, and it's better. At least I could inspire one or two person also. That's more than enough for me. It's like,
No, you've inspired me, and I'll tell you how you've inspired me, because as I speak to you right now, I have at least 12 critical patients. And with that, I have my fear. Oh no, what's going to happen? Because I've become so close to the families, so close to the patient. But right now you've inspired me that, hey, this fear is only making me feel more sad. Let me just continue doing the best I can and let the family and the patient do the best they can. But I want to be happy in the journey right now. So you also inspired me, Priscilla. And I'm sure you're going to inspire my entire team who deals with these patients every day and the audience reaching out. I really, really am so grateful for you. being on this, podcast with me to inspire so many people. You should know right now, Heta, me and Team Luke is here for you always, now and in the future. But I do believe your message is going to inspire so many people out there. And just people just looking at you, like, no one will be able to say that this woman went through a cancer. And that's how we need to come out of this.
Yeah.
So thank you so much, Priscilla. Do you have a question for me? Do you have a question for me that you would like to ask?
Nothing, Luke. Only thing is, I feel is your team should reach to people. Because when you go to these hospitals, you see such poor people suffering. And that was always I could manage to do this nutrition, but those people, they cannot. So that was one of the things. If you can reach to those people, it would
so
be.
Priscilla, just to let you know, also, since a lot of people probably come to you, we run a program for the less privileged. We treat them absolutely free. So as long as they submit their salary certificate to prove, because you have a lot of rich people who try to act poor to get free stuff, but we have a whole process in place where we've treated over 200 patients absolutely free of cost. So please feel free to spread that in your circles.
I do that.
They just need to reach out to us. Yeah, so, and we're happy to help them.
Which, is really amazing. And that's what it is. It's time to give, I guess, for all of us. There's a time comes where we keep taking it. Now it's time to
absolutely absolutely. And you can also put people onto our videos. There are YouTube videos that we've had patients from across the world use without even telling us, and they've managed to put cancers in remission, manage their chemo better, reverse diabetes. So all that is out there, and we just want to help as many people as we can.
Doing that, in fact, people come and ask me, what is it like, how to go about, and I tell them this is what it is. So wherever I can help and tell them, that's how it works. Otherwise, there's nothing more. Everything is good. And thanks to you and your team so much. It is, keeps going with me, Luke team, and I manage it. And it's amazing. So it's always, I believe, you care. All these videos, I keep watching them, and then I feel, it's me who have to take care of myself. This is how it works. So you reach everyone, but you have to take care of yourself also. That's
exactly. Absolutely.
So this is how the small things I have learned from you. I keep watching videos. Sometimes we also go through those downs again, but then again to come up, you need to get into this. So it goes on. Life goes on.
And you mentioned about the cheat meals. Like, my message to all patients out there as well. I think the cheat meal is not my concern. I call it a reward meal, because when you eat a cheat meal, then you have a little guilt with the word cheat. So I call it a reward meal. But the point is, one meal is not going to make someone's cancer come back. There are too many people living in fear, and that stress makes it worse. Oh no, I had a little piece of chocolate cake. What's going to happen? The point is, your body's going to break that down and not cause a problem. The problem is if you go on doing it. So there's no problem. I want patients from around the world to understand that, hey, sometimes you truly feel that, go ahead and have it, and then just get back on track. But if it's going to make you feel guilty and fearful, then you're better not having it, because that's going to create a stress of its own.
I know that is what also I've heard from you before. So I said, I must do that. So whenever I feel, and it makes me a little happy, okay, I'm happy. Back again to my...
Priscilla, thank you so much. This has been so amazing. Thank you for spending time with us on this beautiful afternoon today. And all I can say is I'm so happy for your healing, for your recovery. And I think the lessons I'm taking away personally is, number one, again, the fear thing. I keep talking about it, but sometimes we fall victims to the fears that build around us. And second is taking one day at a time and just doing our best. So thank you for that.
Now I'm taking the lesson is I should not say I'm going to live till 85.
Yeah, don't put a number. Just visualize the life you want to live. What happens is not up to us, but what we can do is what we should do. Okay?
Thank you so much.
Take care, Priscilla. It's been a pleasure, and I hope to have a cup of coffee with you someday. Let's plan it. Yeah? That would be great.
You so much. Yeah,
see you. Bye, Priscilla. Thank you.
Stay tuned for more. We're going to continue our journey, learning, sharing, and evolving.